What's happening, my beautiful people, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I don't care what you celebrate. Today I'm kind of frustrated. The air vents in my home, they're not working right and they're making noise. Now if only I could shield off these air vents, this whistle that's coming through. I know it's cold outside. We should have some insulation. Unacceptable. Today we're going to emphasize shielding and how to hold up the play, what to look for, and some different variations of how to apply shielding in different scenarios. As always, if you appreciate the channel, it means a lot to me, drop a thumbs up. It reassures that the content I'm putting out is something that you want to watch, that you're interested in consuming. I got you. Don't cheat yourself in the comments. If there's something you have questions about, ask. If you want tips or tutorials regarding a certain subject, request that subject. Let me know. I go through the comments, I respond to a lot of people, and it's how I've built up a relationship with a lot of you guys that are watching these videos. I know what you want to watch based on your feedback. Quick apology, my bad, on having less live streams over the past week. Having family come into town and still setting up this office, it just didn't mesh well over the holidays for live streaming circumstances and time that you need to allot in order to create that content. Hope you can forgive me. My parents are rarely in New York, but unfortunately due to the hurricane in Houston, their house is still under construction. Let's talk about clips, and we're going to get started with a beautiful through ball. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's coming from Valencia, and Valencia benefits from his physicality, which is very much so noticeable with shielding, and it's a big reason that people value Valencia over Kyle Walker this year. However, we're not going to get into that just yet. We have Hernandez on the ball, freeze frame, all about protection. Why would you not protect yourself? And in order to use the shield command, if you are on the Xbox, it's going to be holding LT. Now, this is one of those maneuvers that you actually hold the button. Hold it down, sit tight, relax, make sure that you're able to let the play develop. Timing is crucial in FIFA, and if you're on the PlayStation, you're holding L2, okay? And you don't have to get too crazy when you're using this as a stationary method of holding up the play, waiting for the play to develop. You just have to hold it, don't do anything else just yet. In fact, if you're doing it in the box, a lot of people are a little bit concerned that they might foul you, and it works very well as Gareth Bale. Oh, that was disgusting. Merry Christmas, Gareth Bale. The back heel, goalkeeper goes the wrong way. We're on the board. I like that a lot. We're feeding Ronaldo again. That's going to be a theme. In this case, my first touch was kind of dodgy, and I actually talked about using the shield as a way to improve your first touch in an earlier video where I talked about 7 different techniques to improve your first touch. If you haven't seen that, I'm linking it down below. Hopefully that helps you if you're having first touch issues, you're having concerns. But you can see here on screen, I've got all these green circles. Those are offensive players, but they're not in a good position. They're not in an attacking place yet, so hold up status equals qualified. It means that we can do that. It's solidified. It's not an issue. We're just going to make sure that we make ourselves big and we wait. And it allows you to get runners in play, and it allows you to control the tempo of a match. You've heard me talk about this in many videos over the years. Controlling the tempo, controlling the pace. Playing at wherever you're comfortable in terms of pace is going to be a major advantage in FUT Champs, divisions, draft, you name it. If you can control when and what happens, oh, it's going to be lovely for you. And the last area that I wanted to focus on in terms of stationary shielding, which is just where you're holding the shield, is combining it with the skill moves. And the most common skills are going to be the scoop turn, the drag back, the ball roll, and the body feint. But once you've done a shield, the ball's kind of stationary. You now have execution for easy skills to change directions. And you can throw off your opposition, especially if he shows you which way he's pressing. Left or right, if he's coming in right just behind you. And it's a nice mix-up. And once again, something that I would recommend looking into right on the edge of the box or inside the box. You get your best results in terms of low risk to high reward, or even fair risk to great reward. And when I look at doing skill moves, that's how I try to balance out, is this a good move or a bad move? What do I get if I execute this properly? Am I going to score a goal? Am I going to get a shot on target? Am I going to create space for that pass, that layoff? What's going to happen? Because that's how you should kind of measure, is it worth it? Especially considering this is still a passing game in my opinion. Moving on, we've got Valencia, and you're going to witness the bump and go technique. And a lot of people, I think when you ask me about shielding, this is what you're referencing. And how do you do the bump and go? So what's different now about using this technique is typically you're on the move. You're no longer going to be stationary. You're sprinting. You've pushed the ball on. You can see that your opposition is going to make contact with you. So what do you do differently? Well, instead of just holding the command, you now have to use the left analog stick, and you're going to go into the defender, whichever direction that defender may be. Whether it's backwards, you wouldn't go forward necessarily, but left, right, and backwards seem to be very common. And I love this example here. So we push the ball on. I know that defender is going to bump me. So it's all about the TMD. Timing, matchup in the directional, which is going to be the left analog stick. So what you're doing here is when your opponent's about to make contact with you, you're going to push up on them. And the reason that I say matchup is if you have someone like Insigne or Mertens, no, they're not going to push an Eric Bailly or Smalling or Otamendi. Name a center back. Those guys are small, they're quick, they're agile, but they're not physical. However, if you've got a Gareth Bale, you've got a Cristiano Ronaldo, a Thierry Henry, these guys got some size. So you combine that with good timing, and then of course going into your opposition, you have to meet that tackle. You have to meet that physical confrontation. You have to meet it and greet it, and that's when you get the push off or some sort of battle. You see here, it's not the cleanest win that I've ever had, and that's because both players are physical. However, it's still in my favor. We get a couple bumps, we lay it off, and we get a lovely finish into the top corner. Thanks again for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed the content, to drop a thumbs up. If you're brand new, it is free to subscribe. I welcome you. How were your holidays? Talk to me. What did you do? Did you meet up with family? Did you play FIFA? Did you grind out FUT Champs? Were you still having to go to work? I understand if you had to go to work. It's not a big deal. Let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. We'll go back and forth. We'll create some dialogue. And as always, if you have questions about tutorials, tips, even this video in particular, comment down below. But until next time, I have a lot more content come for you ASAP.